This is Talk About It Tuesday podcast, brought to you by yours truly, Ashley Morgan, the founder of Recycle to Riches, made in the middle of a pandemic where connection feels so far away. With this platform, we will be talking with world changers, wave makers, and environmental educators. We will collaborate, communicate, and educate as we do always. Make sure you listen, watch, and learn from these incredible minds that are changing the culture of consumption every single day. Without further ado, let's talk about it, people. It's April 2023 episode of Talk About It Tuesday podcast, and it is talking all things youth in action with Pooja Tilvawala, founder of Youth Climate Collaborative, host of the podcast Dare to Envision, and grantee of the walking software. We're very honored to have Pooja as our guest for the April episode. Without further ado, let's talk about it, people.
Thank you. My name is Pooja Tilvawala. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I split my time between Bensalem, PA, which is a suburb of Philly, and New York when I'm not traveling. I started Youth Climate Collaborative in 2020 to create a more just and inclusive climate movement, especially for young people and the communities facing the climate crisis at the front lines.
Wow. And how needed was that, especially through the pandemic and all of that? Definitely was a necessity. So what was the overall mission and goal of YCC?
So we're trying to increase access for young people to the climate movement, strengthen retention, and facilitate intergenerational collaboration. So what does that look like? We have this initiative to get young people on boards and advisory councils. That one is called Intergen Boards, because we don't just want, separate youth advisory councils for every org or no power in decision making. We want us to be working together to influence where money goes and the decisions that are made for a better tomorrow and a better today. And then we have a search engine called Search Green, and this is for jobs, opportunities. And what you can do is go on our website and create a free account, and then you can add your own listings to share opportunities, or you can bookmark listings that you see that pertain to you or that you'd like to share. It's a really cool interactive map like Yelp for the environment. And then we've got this Climate Courage program that's to help young people who are dealing with the climate mental health related issues. And then we have a podcast called Dare to Envision, and that is to we've interviewed 50 young people from around the world last year who have shared their visions of a better society, a better world, a better community for themselves and their communities. And it's really to inspire people who may not be able to see that better vision because of their circumstances. And to make it more inclusive, we've got some translators to work to first transcribe the podcast and then translate it into the language of wherever the person is from, so that we can really reach their communities. So those are our main offerings. And then we do some giving circles and a few other things, which you can check out on the website. But I can give more insight on how we got started if you'd like.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely would like to know how you got started. I did see on the website that you were the first climate career winner, which is wonderful, and just congratulations. What was that grant from TCI all about? How did it go? Is that really what kind of pushed you off and got you started? Or let us know.
Yeah, definitely. So I started getting involved in the climate space 5 years ago when I attended the Global Climate Action Summit in San Francisco. And just being in the space, I was in awe of how passionate people are, and just the intersectionality of all the different issues. And so for someone like me who's really curious about many, many things, and likes listening and constantly learning and like complex problem solving, it has been a really interesting space. And beyond that, like, I really think it's the most important issue of our time. If we don't manage this climate crisis well, then the people at the front lines will continue to suffer the most, even though they contribute the least. And like, we just won't exist. Mother Earth will continue to thrive. We just won't exist. And we'll thrive in a different way, right? It's always changing, but we won't be here. So this is really to prolong our own existence. But anyway, so after that, I was talking to a professor about different ideas I had about the space, based on some problems that I was experiencing, that peers were experiencing, like some challenges. And he said you should start writing them down. So that's what I started doing. I was like, if I were to start an organization, what kinds of programs would I lead? What kinds of problems would I want to solve? What's needed, right? And what are my pain points? What are others' pain points? And then I just started drafting from there. And one time when I was on LinkedIn, I saw this post from TCI about a climate career competition. Basically, one person would get 50K as salary and then 10K as project kickoff to really get their work going and bring their, two-dimensional ideas into reality. And that really helped me just have this full-time paid capacity to invest in my ideas and really learn more about the space and fine-tune what was needed. And so that's when I started Youth Climate Collaborative, and we launched the website in March 2021. And let's see, and since then, it's been growing. Well, I did take a little break because I wanted to learn some more from a startup. So I joined TCI as their youth engagement manager all last year, but now am back to YCC full time as of this March. And I won Walking Softer's award this year, which is 50K unrestricted. So it's been a good, this feels like a new start again, but this time with me knowing more about how to really start up an organization and be in it for the long run this time.
Wow, yeah. And the funding is exactly what is needed when you're starting something up. It's very important. And I'm so happy that is going to YCC, because that is what is necessary, and to you to run it, because what an amazing organization to uplift. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And it's not just financial support. I've been lucky to receive, mentorship and professional development and other things. And it's crucial for leaders starting out, to really have those opportunities to develop our skills and learn how to really start up an organization properly.
Yeah. Yeah. And so TCI gave you that opportunity when you did their internship program with them?
So it wasn't an internship, but it was an award, and I had a direct mentor there that I could run ideas and questions and stuff by, and had the support of their comms team and everyone really. And then with Walking Softer, it's like a more structured program. There's other cohort members. And each year they're going to have this award. So be on the lookout for the Walking Softer Award and some of their other programs. And yeah, it's nice having that peer-to-peer learning and community, and lots of other pieces to the Walking Softer program.
Is the Walking Softer program limited to nonprofits, startups, age group? Do you know?
Age group. Yeah, so it's up to 30, I believe. I think it's like 18 to 30, or it might be younger than that too,
I think
actually.
it's up to
I
30.
forgot the lower bound, but I think it might be younger. And it goes up to 30, but for this first year, they were making exceptions. So they took like up to 35,
Oh,
age 35. Yeah. And beyond that, you have to be a US citizen. And I think those are the only two real requirements. And they invest in the individual. So yeah.
that's fantastic. Yeah. I just recently kind of hit that limit where sometimes I don't qualify for the youth in the youth things out there, and sometimes I'm too young for the older programs that are out there. So it's at 27, it's a very interesting time to apply to things, but this one seems like it would be something that I'd apply for next year for sure.
Yeah, I'm also 27, and so I feel that
yeah,
time is running out. I'm like, before I turn 30, I need to apply for everything, get the calendar down so I don't miss any of the deadlines. Yeah.
Oh, I know. And then after that, you have to kind of figure it out. You're like, okay.
Yeah,
Now,
because like 25, 26, or even like once you're out of school, you already are out of so many opportunities. And then once you turn like 25, 26, you're also done with so many opportunities. And so now we're in like the up to 27 sometimes is the deadline, then 30, then 32, and 35. Those are like the next, and then we're just, that's it.
we're done forever. No, no, by then both of our organizations will be extraordinarily globally successful and we can make a huge impact. That's what's going to happen. So I did want to talk a little bit about how, schools and the educational system and the platform that's in place now could potentially partner with your organization, YCC, to, empower our next generation of activists, because they're the ones that are going to have to push this forward. So are there things that can be put in place right now, and how can they probably partner with your organization?
Yeah, of course. So for one, with the Climate Courage program, we run these workshops to help young people who are dealing with eco-anxiety, climate grief, and some of those emotional impacts because of the climate crisis. And so we'd be happy to partner with schools to lead these workshops for the students, with the students virtually, and in person if possible, if nearby. And then we also would encourage schools to share any community events with like on the Search Green tool. And you can just add any student-led initiatives or projects that are looking for volunteers nearby. And you can collect applications, do all of that. But yeah, so definitely encourage y'all to, one, add your initiatives, projects, events to the Search Green tool. And two, reach out if you want to co-host a Climate Courage workshop where you are.
Wow, I love that. Yeah. Climate Courage workshop. We're definitely going to keep that in mind. There's a bunch of different college. Do you partner with colleges too?
We've mostly partnered with like individuals doing cool things, or groups like Youngo, on the like in the global sphere. Yeah.
Well, here in California, our UCs have a bunch of different global sustainability goals that they're working towards. And I know that Recycle to Riches is working hard on partnering with them and bringing more educational opportunities, especially for the seniors that are graduating and need to find job opportunities and things like that. I feel like this is an awesome resource. And so that is definitely something we'll keep in mind for sure. And I wanted to hop on over to the next question, which is really what it's all about for Recycle to Riches, and that is the closed loop economy. So, in your opinion, what is the closed loop economy and what does it look like for you individually? Because it's a very individualistic definition.
Yeah, so I think in a closed loop economy, right, we are trying to eliminate waste. And that is by first reducing our usage of materials, then recycling different materials, and then and reusing. Sorry, so reducing, then reusing, then recycling, in that order. But also we want to make sure that whatever we're putting out is environmentally conscious and safe and well designed, so that we're not reliant on the recycling end or reuse end, and that even the product itself is a lot friendlier to the environment.
Yeah, definitely. And I also like to always point out that it's putting the people that are in the frontline communities in leadership positions so that they already know what they need to help their community, and nobody's putting them in the positions to help. So I think that's a very important solution as well towards the circular economy, is putting the people in the frontline communities that are actually getting, like you said, the biggest impact and creating the least amount of harm. Those people need to be in the front line of the solution as well.
Yeah, and actually so I come from India, and we have a huge there's also the cultural and value-based aspects of a closed loop economy. And what I mean by that is, for example, clothes, and we take clothes and we will reuse them. Like we'll patch up old clothes, we'll make new things with the same materials. Like let's say it was once like a nice fancy what is that called, a bed spread, but then we'll turn it into like a dress or something else that can be reused, or a little tablecloth or something. And we also will like reuse, for example, I've seen newspapers being taken and compressed into bowls and plates, which are used to give out street food. So there's a lot of creativity involved when resources are limited and when you don't want to have a lot of environmental waste.
Yeah, you have to get unique with it. You have to really think about it. And a lot of it is going back to the old ways, seeing how we used to do things before the Industrial Revolution, before, especially here in America, where it is overconsumption that we're trying to reduce.
Exactly.
It is that culture of our consumption that is harming the rest of the world. So that is a very important thing that is necessary, is being a little bit more conscious, just thinking beyond throwing that item away.
And for me in personal practice, I've tried to just like stop buying clothes, because like I have plenty of clothes and I'm trying to see if there's other ways I can get the clothes that I don't have.
Have you heard about the 4 days at all?
No, what's that?
The organization 4 days partnered with us for this year's Earth Day Summit, and they have the take back bag where you order, it's like $20. You order this bag and you put the clothes that you're not loving anymore, even if it has holes or something, or it's even scrap fabric, you put it in this bag, you scan the QR code, they give you a shipping label, you send it back to 4 days, and then you get closet credit to shop on their fair trade certified clothes and their closet. Yeah. And they make amazing garments. Like I have one of their jumpsuits that I'm going to wear for the Earth Day Summit. And just if you're looking for something to wear for a speaking engagement, go to their jumpsuits. It's so awesome. I love all of their clothes. I trust where it's coming from. They believe in the circular economy as well. And they believe in making the items that they make are from the clothes you're sending them. So it's like, come on, how closed loop can you really be? And they work hard on reducing all of their carbon emissions and saving water. It's just, if you just go and read their story too, they do a great job at telling their story.
Yeah, I just searched for the website, so I'll be looking at that right after this.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just such a good resource for especially when you have holes in your items and you're like, no one wants this. I don't even want to repair it myself at this point. I've had it for 7 years. That's enough. You can send it in to somebody that will use it and make something else out of it and get something out of that. So yeah, there's always solutions, and that's a big portion of what Recycle to Riches believes in, finding those solutions to the circular economy. All right, next question, and then we're going to wrap up very shortly, I promise. Pooja, thank you for hanging in there with us and listeners. So if you can wish for one thing for the future of our planet, this is a big question now. What will it be? Say 5 years from now.
Wow. One thing that I wish for. I wish that people never stop dreaming big and challenging the status quo.
That's amazing. I love that. And we'll quote it in the comments below for sure, because that is exactly what's going to keep us moving forward and keeping us finding the solutions that will solve this climate crisis. So thank you so much for that insight. And we've actually never gotten an easier answer than that. So that's all we need in life, that's all we need. So one more question, and then we'll wrap everything up. What are all of the amazing ways that our community, our personal community, can collaborate and get involved with YCC?
Awesome. So a couple of things: create a free account on our website and start adding listings of organizations near you, projects that you are involved with, any opportunities that you see, and start using it to learn about things yourself. And then reach out if you want to participate in our next Climate Courage workshops, or if you want to co-host a workshop. And check out our podcast when it launches later this month or early next month. And if you're on a board or advisory council as a young person, reach out. We'd love to interview you about your experience, to hear what's working, what's not working, and document that for a report that we're working on. So those are the 4 different opportunities and asks.
Amazing. And we'll be sure to write those below as well and link the certain pages that you just mentioned for them to get connected.
Yeah, they can just email me at pooja@youthcc.org, or, go on the website to make the account.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job. Whoever built the website is such a beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and such a good story for sure. If you want to know a lot of information, go there and read the website. So thank you so much, Pooja, for joining us. This has been a fantastic talk, and I am just excited to see what you're going to be doing in the future. And yeah, let's stay connected, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Wow, what an amazing Talk About It Tuesday episode with Pooja. Thank you so much for joining us, Pooja. Thank you for all of that information. And we hope you can join us next month, May 30th, for our next Talk About It Tuesday podcast episode on all things Earth Day every day. Keeping that in your head and making sure that we take sustainable, conscious actions every single day. That will be the episode in May, and it'll be launching on May 30th. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and learning. And as always, people, let's never stop talking about it.
If you made it to the end, please reach out to hello@recycletoriches.com for a coupon code of 15% off as an amazing listener. Also, I want to leave you with this amazing quote. Why can't we just start with what we know is the truth and just stay there forever? This was stated by Sally Jenkins, and she is the co-founder of Mono Lake Committee. Think about that this week